Hello, how we doing today? This is Nug the narrator. You are witnessing a podcast like no other. This is That's My Take podcast. I am Nug the narrator. It is September 27th, 2023. Let's get into it. Let's start with the world news. Top Sicilian mafia boss is buried, but his criminal enterprise lives on, as CNN reports. Sicilian mob boss Matteo Massinio D, widely thought to be the last godfather of his kind, was buried Wednesday in a private funeral in Sicily. But he won't be the last leader of Italy's most famous mafia organization. The mobster will likely be remembered for his bloody legacy. He was sentenced to 25 life sentences for the murder of 26 victims. Strong. Yes, the mob is definitely still alive and well, if you was wondering. Moving on. In Ireland, one of the the largest ever drug haul was seized in Ireland. The seizure was worth over 165 million. Again, it was a historic seizure. It was intercepted off the coast of Cork in the southeastern part of the country on Tuesday. Cocaine found on board weighed in at 2,253 kilograms, worth an estimated, again, $165 million. It was seized from the vessel. The vessel's name, MV Matthew, and it was traveling from South America. At least 93 were moving on. At least 93 were killed in a blaze at a wedding party in Iraq. A fire broke out as hundreds celebrated in a banquet hall. The tragedy happened as witnesses said the fire was sparked by fireworks set off by the bride and groom as they danced. Highly flammable metal and plastic composite panels that covered the hall fueled the blaze. Again, 93 people at least lost their lives. We're praying for them, sending condolences. This was in Iraq. Moving on. The U.S. soldier that fled to North Korea in July is back in U.S. custody. Travis K., an American soldier who fled across the border from South Korea to North Korea in July, is back in U.S. custody. According to senior officials, King crossed the Chinese border on Wednesday, and Chinese authorities handed him to the U.S. Embassy, who then arranged for the Army private to be flown to the U.S. military base in the region. I don't know in terms of my take on this. I know he's black and he was in North Korea, and I thought everything was going pretty good. He basically defected or whatever, and I guess everything went the opposite way, and now he's back on U.S. soil, and I'm more than sure he's going to have a lot of questions to answer. I didn't really do a deep dive into this, but I have been hearing about it on a lot of podcasts and in the news. But yes, he's back in the U.S. So I guess the Dennis Rodman thing ain't go over too good with him in North Korea. Moving on, scientists say they are closer to solving the mystery of antimatter. Follow me now. Scientists have made a key discovery about antimatter. Antimatter is a mysterious substance which was plentiful when the universe begun. Antimatter is the opposite of matter, from which stars and planets are made. Both were created in equal amounts in the Big Bang Theory, which formed our universe. While matter is everywhere, it is almost impossible and very hard to find this antimatter. I did do a semi deep dive because I was just like, antimatter, I don't get it. Well, it is a substance that I guess at one point in time, and like they say, it's the opposite of matter. So again, I can't put it no other way but to say if this is all matter, it'll be the opposite of this. And I guess that substance, they're not finding it anymore. But it was supposedly a lot of it during the Big Bang Theory, if you believe in the Big Bang Theory. I'm definitely not here to push my beliefs on you, just like I wouldn't want you to push your beliefs on me. But if you believe in the Big Bang Theory, again, this antimatter stuff is a mystery, but they saying they found key discoveries. So the mysterious substance, again, was plentiful, is now hard to find, this antimatter. Moving on to U.S. news. America's emergency oil reserve is at a 40-year low, and that could inflate oil prices even more, according to Goldman Sachs. The shrinking strategic petroleum reserve is limiting Washington's ability to shed consumers from the fallout of Saudi Arabia's aggressive supply cuts. That's one reason Goldman Sachs expects oil prices to stay high, averaging $100 a barrel this time next year. Triple digit oil will boast already high prices at the pump, making inflation worse and potentially influencing the 2024 election for the White House. Obviously, if candidate A can get this gas lower than the guy we got now, I'm gonna go with that guy. Sorry, gas is a little too high right now. So I could see how that could easily impact an election. I'm not this political guru, but I can say gas prices have been going up since this new regime has been in office, steadily rising. And I know it's a million factors. It's not just the fact of the president, but on your watch, they're going the wrong way, is all I'm pointing out. Moving on. This next story kind of hits home. If you haven't been following, I was born and raised in New Orleans. And this next story is about salt water that's arriving into the New Orleans water drinking supply. And as the story reads, as drought tightens its grip in the central U.S. and water levels on the Mississippi River plummet to near record lows, a surge of salt water from the Gulf of Mexico is pushing upstream, polluting drinking water for thousands of residents south of New Orleans. With little prospect of rain in the future, officials are working to find solutions before the salt water infiltrates treatment plants that serve tens of thousands more residents, including New Orleans and surrounding parishes. Just today, President Joe Biden approved an emergency declaration request from our governor for four parishes: Plaquemines, St. Bernard, Jefferson, and Orleans. Obviously, drinking water is very important. Hopefully, this emergency declaration helps, and the money isn't washed away, for lack of a better word, and used for the good of helping people with good, clean drinking water down there. I'm actually headed down there pretty soon. So, but I mean, honestly, and again, this is just for me talking. I don't drink tap water. I mean, obviously, I make Kool-Aid or sweet tea, but other than that, I don't drink tap water. And I'm in Alabama, and I don't encourage And you know what? I take that back because I don't want to be an advocate for water and water be polluted, and then they tell me I'm an advocate for water or water end up having chemicals in it, and I'm an advocate for water. So I take that back. For me, I've been stopped drinking tap water. You do what you want in terms of how you consume your H2O, but as for me, and I prefer the body armor water with the electrolytes at the moment. But yes, I do drink my needed supply of water, and when I do, it's a bottled water, preferably body armor. Moving on. The Powerball jackpot, as of I believe today, is 850 million, and it's up for grabs Monday night. It's the fourth largest prize in the game's history, a record-breaking $850 million Powerball jackpot. A lucky grand prize winner would have the choice between a annualized price worth an estimated 850 or a lump sum payment estimated at 420. Both are before taxes, according to Powerball. The prize is still only surpassed by three previous jackpots over 1 billion. I wouldn't know what to do with all that money. Well, I would know what to do with it. I mean, one of the first things I would do is I need to see all my money. And I know that might sound ignorant, but before we do a wire or put it in this account or whatever, I want to literally go to a room and we could be in the bank. I just want to see my money before it becomes this digital thing that I see on my checking account. I don't know. I'm just old school. I want to see that cash. If I was to win that much cash, and I think one of my cousins broke it down to me that it would be better to take the not the lump sum, that annuitized prize. And I guess that annuity will be broken down, I believe he said, to like a million a month, 21 million or so a year. I think that would be nice because once I'm dead, I'm dead. At first I was thinking, nah, I'm gonna just take the lump sum, but then they gonna hit you so hard that 850 go break down to like 390, 490. I don't know the exact breakdown, but I'm not married, so I know I'd be taxed 40% of that. That's crazy. Just because I'm an American citizen and I won a prize on American soil. That's crazy. But yeah, they want theirs. I would love to get mine, but I think doing it the annuitized way will be maximizing. Cause I mean, they still go tax me once I get the money. I get taxed as soon as I go to the gas station. I get taxed as soon as I go to the liquor store. You get taxed on top of tax. Nobody say nothing. Everybody live like it's all good. Just keep taxing me. Fuck it. So, sorry about that little tangent. Moving on. Kia and Hyundai recalling 3+ million vehicles in the U.S. over fire risk. Hyundai said as it reports of 21 fires and 21 other terminal incidents since 2017 related to the recall. Kia, on the other hand, has reported at least 10 fires stemming from said recall. The automakers says that the internal brake fluid leaks, and this can cause an electrical short that could lead to a fire. All owners should follow the advice of automakers, park vehicles outside until repairs are made. If you got any of these vehicles, go get your car service. Go get the recall. Nobody won't get burnt up in the car because these cars got a recall and you ain't go get the recall. Like, my only take on that. And then another one of my cousins, we was just talking, like, they've been making good quality cars in terms of the body and the styling, like I don't know what's going on under the hood. Because a couple years ago, if y'all can remember, these was the same cars that you could steal with a USB something. They were stealing the Honda. You could Google it. They were stealing in the Kias, in the Hondas with just a little USB something. So the publicity bad, the recalls definitely bad, and I mean that's rough. I don't know. Moving on. The Senate panel advances the weed bill in a historical step. Follow me now. The legislation will allow legal marijuana businesses to use major financial and banking institutions. In other words, it won't just be cash. You could literally use your debit card, use a credit card to get your weed at a dispensary instead of I'm at the dispensary, but I got to use the ATM, pay the $6 service fee to grab my overpriced weed because I'm getting a legal state and it's taxed. So it's legal and nothing's wrong with nothing here. But if I cross this line where it's not legal, my whole world fucked up. So yeah, that's America. Getting back to the story. The legislation, known as the Secure and Fair Enforcement Banking Act, would allow legal marijuana businesses, i.e., dispensaries, to use major banking institutions. The committee reported out the bill. The committee reported out the bill by 14-9 vote with the support of Republican Senators Cynthia L. of Wyoming, Steve D. of Montana, and Kevin C. of North Dakota. Only one Democrat senator, Ralph W. of Georgia, voted against approving the bill for floor consideration. I'm not a Republican or Democrat. In the past, I voted more Democrat than Republican. But to see this one Democrat vote against approving the bill, you just hating, bro. Who didn't get in his ear? Like, we know what's going on with politics. Who ear you in? Who pocket you and greased? What favor you owe who? That's politics. All this other stuff, my country tis a thee, listen, that's song and dance. Politics is lobbyists, committees, donations, favors, and not getting caught. Moving on. Hip hop, music, and entertainment. Get that out the way. Get that out the way. How can I call in with a question? Boom. What's happening, Shotty? What's up, David? Hey, Shotty. I'm gonna put you on three-way when David Perry call in. That's what we gonna do. Give me a minute with the show. I just had some ads, so I'm just not seeing y'all on here. Let me run the show, then we gonna do the call in. And Dave, I'm gonna give you the number. Actually, to answer your question, and I'm gonna put it in the chat. You email me your phone number for right now, and I'm gonna call you private if I don't know you. Obviously, I know you, but what we gonna do is I'm gonna call you back private. My email is in the chat right now. And I'm sorry, I'm just not getting to it. But yes, you email me your number at the end of the show. Anything that I talk about, you give me a question. We talk, we answer your takes. You got an opinion about it. The floor is yours. Getting back to the show. Hip hop news and entertainment. Usher. Usher reportedly is bringing Atlanta strip club culture to the Super Bowl halftime show. According to Page 6, fans can expect plenty of exotic dancers and pole dancers. A staple of Usher's Las Vegas residency. During his Super Bowl halftime show in Sin City, Usher will reportedly incorporate the dancers in a tasteful way, giving the younger viewers who will be tuned in a lesser, more PG approach to stripping. A roller skating routine is also expected to be a part of the show, adding more ATL stereotypical flavor to the halftime show. My take is, okay, I'm not against Usher being at the halftime show. I just feel like I would have had like 5 other people before I went with Usher. That's all I'm gonna say about that. I heard he's a great performer. I heard his residency is awesome. Shit, I don't know. Usher at the Super Bowl. Usher, baby. Moving on. J. Cole reveals that Colin Kaepernick's request to join the New York Jets practice squad in a letter he wrote to the team. J. Cole received permission to share the letter written by the former NFL quarterback who asked the Jets for an opportunity not to be a starter, not to be second string, but to at least get on the practice squad. Kaepernick reached out to the Jets after the star quarterback Aaron Rodgers suffered his season-ending, what was it? Was it the Achilles injury? I think it was torn Achilles, if I'm not mistaken. My take on Kaepernick, I'm not gonna say hang him up. I'm gonna say the NFL kind of like told you to hang him up, and I don't know if you got blackballed just because you took the money, or after you took the money, they was like, well, nobody ain't letting him ever play again. I don't know. I don't know if it was the kneel. I don't know if it was the socks that you had with the police and the pigs on the socks. I don't know. One of them got you blackballed. Like, seriously. Like, you got blackballed. It's been 6-7 seasons since you even played in the NFL. They don't want you, and they're not giving you a shot, bro. Like, at this point, it's like you reaching. And I mean, I feel you. Listen, I spent 27 years of my life trying to be a rapper. If that ain't reaching, ain't shit reaching. Like, just keeping it real. So I feel you. But I didn't have the NFL above me blocking what I'm trying to do. Well, you know what? In a way, I did. Let me tell y'all a quick story about the fucking NFL. We go off on a quick tangent. This is my show. So, just like Colin Kaepernick, I had an issue with the NFL. No, I never played football, and I'm going to keep this short. What I am is a man that thinks of ideas, and things that I think of are billion-dollar ideas. Now, obviously, being broke, a regular realtor in Alabama, obviously, I'm not a millionaire, so these billion-dollar ideas has yet to come to any fruition. And speaking of fruition, the NFL made sure that one of my ideas will never become tangible, a good or a service, because I went for a trademark and I found out that the NFL owns numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. These motherfuckers own numbers. And to make a long story short, my trademark was denied by the NFL. And I don't have money to fight it, but I'm not going to sit up here and tell you that idea. People that know, because somebody else might try to take it and end up getting a licensing agreement from the NFL and using the bitch. Then I'm still broke. So in retrospect, I'm just saying the NFL, once they got some shit on you and they don't want you to do some shit, like me and my trademark, you're not going to be able to do some shit. So that's my take. and my tangent. Moving on. Biden, Joe Biden, president, the present day president is blasted for calling LL Cool J a boy. Critics say the term, absolutely a white racist word, was used in context, but also in jest. I don't fall for that just shit. You don't call a grown ass man a boy. He's 50. Boy, his arms bigger than my thighs. That boy got arms bigger than my thighs. You sound like a fucking slave owner. I'm sorry. It's 2023. If I offend anybody by telling the truth, I'm sorry. No fucking grown man should be calling a man in his 50s a boy. A man in his 40s a boy. A man in his 30s a fucking boy. So President Biden is under fire for calling LL Cool J a boy during a speech to the Congressional Black Caucus, with everyone from average Americans to a popular radio host going in on the president for his unacceptable comment about a black man. Joe Biden has historically expressed racial hostility toward Black Americans. This is well documented. His racial comments have been excused by the Democrats, especially Black Democrats, as told by Fox News Digital. Now, I don't excuse no shit. I don't excuse it. Like, I don't fuck with Biden. I tell y'all right now, no, I didn't vote. I didn't like the choices. I mean, I know people died for my right to vote, and I didn't vote in the last presidential election. Sue me, fuck. Do I feel like the president directly affects my life? Fuck no. I do feel like it's important to be at least knowledgeable about politics, but at the same time, don't be a fucking sheep. I wear red, so I'm blue because I'm a dimmer. Don't be a sheep. And I know some people pick sides, and that's cool too. I mean, I'm not gonna sit up and act like I don't know people in the gang culture. People pick sides. That's cool. What I'm trying to say is don't be a person on a side just because all these other motherfuckers is on this side and they look like you. Just because they look like you, that don't mean they think like you. Their ideology is similar to yours. They might be bullshitting. They might be sellouts. They might be already fucked up in their head where they don't even like their own people. There are people out there like that. Don't ever get it twisted. Moving on. Travis Kelce, tight end, Kansas City Chiefs. He said that Taylor Swift was ballsy for showing up to the game, which this Sunday they played the Bears, whooped the Bears' ass. And obviously it set off a firestorm on social media. His actual jersey sales went up 400%. NFL gained more regular viewers and people to football, and vice versa, because he helped tough people out in terms of his cachet as well. Him and his brother do a podcast, and his brother asked what it was like to have the entire sports and pop culture world looking at you as you played the game, and he kind of shrugged it off to his brother and said that his life was a roller coaster and felt odd seeing paparazzi outside his home. Like, yeah, bro, like Taylor Swift got Swifties. Like, she's got a following. They don't like using the word cult following, but she's got a cult following. I'm not one of them. I'm not a Swiftie, but I respect her gangster. Because when you got a lot of folks buying your music, a lot of folks into your lifestyle, let's just cut it all the way down. A lot of fucking folks supporting what it is you do. That's when you won. You go win the fruits of that labor, but you win when people support what it is you do. Now, monetarily, your gains might vary, but when enough people support what it is you do, pack them stands, click them likes, subscribe, share them videos, just talk about some shit that you do, that's when you win. And I know that shit take time. You're not gonna wake up and win unless you're cheating on steroids. Just keeping it real. Like, you don't wake up and win. The shit takes time. Shit takes effort. Just like this show. Like, believe it or not, this takes work. And I'm committed to doing the work because I love doing my show. Moving on. And this is a perfect segue from Kelsey. Rick Ross, the biggest boss, thirsts over Travis Kelsey's ex-girlfriend, Kyla N. And if you're wondering why I'm not using last names sometimes and sometimes I am, I mean, obviously like Kaepernick, everybody know him. But I don't, on my show, I don't want to use your full name because this is an entertainment show. This show isn't informative, educational, documentative show. This is an entertainment show. And I hope I'm entertaining y'all at the same time, adding value. So Rick Ross shipped Rick Ross basically shifts his thirst trapping from, I think he got a beef with Envy's wife or DJ Envy from the Breakfast Club, and he kind of at them for something. I don't really know what's the whole beef about or what's going on, but this basically is like one of his exes. And one of Travis Kelsey's exes chimed in on this situation and said that she sent a warning to Swift. So follow me. Ricky is trying to holler at Travis's ex, but one of his exes, and I don't know if this is the same ex in question because the article's a little confusing, but she is sending a warning to Swift, noting that saying the man Travis Kelsey's a cheater. This is wild. Like, this is wild as shit. Like, this is real fucking wild. So an ex chimes in to tell Taylor Swift, look out, Kelsey cheats. While Rick Ross tried to get at Kelsey's ex. Deep. All right. And since we so deep, let's loosen it up and move on to news I just can't make the fuck up. That's what we gonna call this segment moving forward. I need a pen because I left out fuck. News I just can't make the fuck up. Make the fuck up. All right. That's gonna be this segment. All right. News I just can't make the fuck up. I like how that roll off the tongue. All right. Today's segment of news I just can't make the fuck up. An alligator. Follow me now. A 13-foot alligator was spotted in Florida holding in his mouth part of a fucking body, a torso. Sabrina, 41 and homeless, has been identified as the body that was hanging out of the alligator's mouth. Sabrina was kind of known to be in the area as a trespasser, and she got arrested for trespassing a few times in this area. And this is since 2014. So Sabrina's got, a jacket. And if you don't know what I mean by a jacket, is that's a record. And I'm guessing shit's sad for real. She homeless, bro, and she was wandering, I guess, around these wetlands, and the gator got her ass. Or maybe she was asleep. Maybe she was asleep, and the gator got her ass. But the gator was spotted with the body hanging out the mouth. Like, I can't make this shit up. Like, it's a true story. Please Google. In any of these news, I just can't make the fuck up segments that y'all think I might have made up. Go Google them. Like, this is purely entertainment, but this entertainment comes from the same internet that any of y'all can or may have, long as you pay your Wi-Fi bill. Moving on to sports news. Damian Lillard. Dame time. Actually, we share the same first name, spelled the exact same way. Damian Lillard has finally been traded, and it is not to the Miami Heat. Leonard has been traded, and I've just realized my camera kind of moved on me. Have been traded. There we go. Leonard has been traded to the Milwaukee Bucks. Wow. I don't know what's going on with the shit blinking and shit. Don't ask me. I mean, we got technical difficulties. I don't know what I hit. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Okay, stop blinking. All right. Dame Lillard's traded to the Milwaukee Bucks. After months of rumors and uncertainty, the saga is finally at an end. According to ESPN, Lillard is headed to the Milwaukee Bucks as part of a 3-team trade, that also includes the Phoenix Suns. I did read a couple of the other players that was mentioned, but I just wanted to take some time to really just talk about Dame. Like, I think that's a good move for him. Now, I know he was wanting to go to who that was, the Heat. I know he wanted to go to the Heat. I understand that. But at the same time, the Bucks, what it is, the Greek freak, old boy, see, I ain't good with names. Who be shooting them threes? He good. Oh, Holiday gone. But the tall dude that be shooting the threes, he got a couple of more seasons in him. And I know they go get a couple of role players to help him. But you and the Greek freak and one more person, y'all will be all right in the East. You go deeper in the playoffs. I mean, Miami cold. I understand that. You wanted to go there, and I understand that. But I don't think the Bucks a bad spot for you, Dame. Like, at least give it a shot, because I know the Greek freak is happy to have you. And I also know with you being there, if y'all do well, obviously that's history. And on another note, if y'all don't mash up and play good, that's history for the Greek freak, who's already said, if they don't give me no help to come in, I'm leaving. So he already got some help with Dame. And my shit's blanking again. Again, this is no effects that I'm doing. I don't fucking know what's going on. I'm sorry about the blanket. It stopped for a second, but then it started again. I don't know. We're going to get through the show. Moving on. Speaking of blinking, Tyreek Hill, Tyreek Hill reveals surprisingly that after football, he planned to have a life as a porn star. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the cheetah will pursue adult entertainment after football, according to his mouth on the podcast that he did. Well, it was a live stream with Mike Evans. When I retire, bro, I really want to be a porn star, bro. Like dead serious. Quote unquote. Now the shit stopped blinking. I don't know what's going on. My technical team, we got to get on this. We'll get it right. I mean, all this, listen, like I told y'all, this is a marathon. We growing the show each show, but we offering value in a place where you can come and get you some information that you may have missed along the way. We're not huge on tea, but we'll spill a little tea every now and then. But we giving world news, US news, fucking sports news, news I just can't fucking make up news. And we gonna take the phone calls and listen to y'all requests in the chat. We doing all this, but at the same time, we growing and we learning, and we gonna get it right. Moving on. And I know I told y'all last week, Colorado lose. Well, I'm gonna just be up in here. This the only time I wish I had the capability to run my tape back so I could go directly to what I said and put it up right now before I say what I'm about to say. Coach Prime and the Buffs took a huge loss to Oregon this past Saturday. Like Coach Prime said, it was a good old-fashioned butt kicking. With USC next up, the team has no time to hang their heads with Petty. Seems like the up front guys on both sides of the line need to play better, and as time passes, I'm sure he will get some much-needed help in the interior. I obviously took the points last week, and I took the L on my parlay as well. I always keep it real with y'all. I have no reason to lie unless I'm in trouble. I haven't done too well this year betting. I only won one bet so far. So if I don't do good this next week, I'm going to take a 2-week hiatus because I can't hit a parlay for shit. Moving on. More bad news. My Saints let the Packers come back in the fourth quarter to beat them 18-17. Sickening is the feeling I had as I watched the game in the final quarter. Carr left with a shoulder injury, and the team could not score another fucking point as Green Bay stormed back and pulled off the W. With a missed field goal to boot, pun intended, and several missed passes, the offense just could not get a drive together to score anything. And in the end, the Packers' home opener winning streak is still alive for another season. We couldn't fucking keep a 17-0 lead. I say that again. My Saints couldn't keep a 17-point lead in the fourth quarter. I don't fucking get it. Moving on. Angel Reese, LSU's star women's basketball player, she's feeling insulted by ESPN's WNBA mock draft. ESPN has the national champion going 8th overall. According to her coach, Kim Mulkey, that was an insult. We talk about things she needs to work on. Whether she gets picked higher than that, we don't know. But you know what? Coach said it still motivates her. She's motivated in practice when someone's going head to head with her or talking trash back to her. She's a competitor. I'm with Coach. That's an insult. Like the lady, not only a baller, but she's go fill your arenas and sell your jerseys. Your fucking merchandise go through the roof with Reese. And that's a guarantee. Eighth. So you saying it's 7 other teams that's gonna pass on this marketing prowess? Eighth? I'm with Coach. That's an insult. She's a top 3 pick all day. You name me 7 players better. I'll wait. Moving on. And wrapping up sports. Big matchups in college football this week. And the NFL for that matter. LSU got Ole Miss. That's always a nice one. USC and Colorado. Everybody waiting to see Coach. And let me speak on this right quick. This is my show. Let me speak on something right quick. What I don't like and what I'm tired of is hearing people say Dion doing this for notoriety or Dion doing that for spotlight. I don't think y'all know who Deion Sanders really is. Y'all obviously don't follow sports. He's not my favorite athlete because he made a rap song. He's my favorite athlete of all time because he dominated in 2 of the hardest sports there is to dominate in. And he did it with time. I don't give nothing against Bo Jackson or any other 2-sport player. But if you ain't do it long, I'm not going to respect it as much as I'm going to respect Dion playing years in the majors. Dion playing years in the NFL. So before y'all talk about Dion and all he trying to do is bring light on himself or his boys, or Dion is the light. And that's just the truth. The man been shining. I just learned, not just, but recently learned, the man was even cold in basketball in high school. Man, come on, trifecta. Come on now. But I'm going to tell y'all, listen, I'm going to get off it. People hate polarizing people. And I'm going to say that again. People hate polarizing people. And you could ask me how I know. And I'll tell you, people hate polarizing people. In closing, I like to leave y'all with a little bit of history in a segment I call This Day in History. As a degreed historian from Huntington College, 2002, I feel not only obligated, but I feel like it's in me to leave y'all with some type of historical lesson. On September 27th, 1908, Henry Ford's first Model T automobile leaves the Detroit plant. Everybody drive. Cars are shit. Cars so live, we about to be in flying cars in the next 5-10 years. That's how fly a car is. They didn't turn to fly. That's how fly a car is. Everybody drive. If you don't drive, you use transportation, and you got to thank the Model T, because what the Model T did was the assembly line work to make assembly line products assemblable, meaning hands-on craftsmanship became that much easier as assembled parts were put together down an assembly line. That changed work forever. I got y'all 2 more because I was feeling frisky. September 27th, 1988, Canadian sprinter Ben Johnson is disqualified from the Seoul Olympics, 100-meter, after his urine sample found it contained steroids. The American Carl Lewis was awarded the gold medal and world record, 9.92 seconds. I remember that like it was yesterday. Carl Lewis was so happy. I would say how happy he was, but this is a new day and time. You can't tell jokes like that no more, but he was happy. And I got a third one for y'all. September 27th, 1996. As you can see, the AUG, the year I graduated from St. Augustine, the AUG. In Afghanistan, the Taliban captured the capital city of Kabul after driving out the president and executing his former leader. The Taliban was getting it thumping and jumping and wilding in 96. They took over the city and had it for a long time until they caught up with, you know who, Bin Laden. All right. Now we about to do some calls. I appreciate y'all for being here with me and doing the show. But my partner David, we went to high school together actually. Let's see, where you at? I'm looking for your email. I don't see it. I need your email address. I meant to say I need your phone number. I got my phone. I'm not seeing it. I need a number if you want to call in. That's my email right there. Let me know. We got to keep the show rolling. If I don't hear from him in 60 seconds, we're going to go on to the music and we're going to get out of here. Again, anybody that want to call in, we go call in and we go do some call-ins, but we got to do it a certain kind of way. And for right now, until I actually get the phone lines, you email me your number. I'm going to call you back private if I don't know you, and we're going to have a conversation live on the podcast. And yeah, Dave, I'm not seeing it, bro. We about to move on. I'm going to close the show out because I'm not seeing it. We'll be back in a couple days, and you could call in then, or you could text me your question. You could type your question on the chat, but we about to close the show out because I gave you a little time, but I'm looking on my email. I'm not seeing a number. I'm not seeing you nowhere. So we gonna get out of here. And I like to end with music. Y'all have a good one. Thank y'all for joining me. That's My Take Podcast. We'll be back in a couple days. We always twice a week. And that's always.
Avoided by the game for years, made me an animal. Tried to face mask and straight jacket to Hannibal. Wifey breaking my balls, I ain't the same man no more. Shot is only the stove, what the fuck you need that cannon for? She say I'm sick in the head, and there's no antidote. Rather be cautious than slump with a crack cantaloupe. Live by the gun, die by the bullets in a drum. You can believe that, oh my son, ready for whatever comes. Played with too many Ouija's, got my screws loose. Fucked over too many biddies, I'm voodoo. Upper echelon, and again, who are you? Pisses in your face, tight pants, you fruity loop. It's gang banging bullshit when you get in the booth. I get a blood crippled, I get sued. Strategic moves to advance for these late bloomers. I'm working now, your ass just gonna have to wait, Junior.
That shit, you niggas never lie. Shorty shit stained, he done came up overnight. Need to get about your feelings, ho. You need to get about your feelings, ho. I always been the one them bitches love and niggas don't lie.
Yeah.
Part of a lot of shit for some of you ain't saying I ain't got your feelings, ho.
Yeah.
You need to get about your feelings, ho.
So, say, I'm the dark-skinned Drake with dreads. I'm from the 6, not Toronto, New Orleans instead. Always after my bread. Bachelors and hustling, masters and ducking the feds. Quiet as kept, your bitch stay in my bed. Smartphone dome, she got an app for head. Got a knack to beg as she spread them legs. But so say a coach, so you know I played it. Position drills 2-a-days as I slayed it. Sold her some dreams, so ain't pay shit. More to the story, stay out your feelings. Come playing at my table, better know who dealing.
Pulling up that shit, you niggas never lie. Shorty shit stained, he done came up overnight. Need to get